What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show right here tonight. I'm your host, Big T, right here with all of you guys today, and this is your AEW Collision review and results show for today, Saturday, July 22nd, 2023. Is Billy Gunn retiring from professional wrestling? We'll talk about this and so much more on AEW Collision, but for right now, we're going to hit the introductions, get this party started. And your AEW Collision review and results show will be coming your way next. Don't go away because I will be right back.
This is M-Dog20, Matt Cross. We're in Cleveland, Ohio, and you are checking out Beyond the Ring with my man, Big T. Thank you, man. Big T.
Hello, this is EC3 of TNA Wrestling, and you are so very fortunate because you are watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
This is the bad boy, Joey Janela, and you're watching Beyond the Ring, Big T.
Alright, everybody. How you doing out there? You guys ready for this one? I hope you are. It's gonna be fun. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Big T, right here with all of you guys today. And this is your AEW Collision review and result show for Today, Saturday, July 22nd, 2023. And again, I'm your host, Big T, right here with all of you guys today. And don't forget to check out my website, beyondtheringwithbigt.com. You can call into the show live on Skype with questions or comments, BigT_119. You can follow me on Twitter, BeyondTheRingBT. Like me on Facebook at BeyondTheRingWithBigT. Follow me on Instagram, BeyondTheRingWithBigT. And don't forget, hashtag Justice for Pretty. And don't forget as well to donate to the show using PayPal. There's a PayPal link at the top of the description of this video and every single video that I do. And there's a PayPal button on my YouTube homepage. Any amount that you guys can donate to the show, big or small, would be very much appreciated. It really helps the show out. So please donate right now. Thank you guys very much for that. And, yeah, guys, I'm super excited for this. And a big thank you to Mr. Eric Green of EJ's Imaging for making Beyond the Ring with Big T look great for AEW Collision with another new layout for a hot new show. So, everything you need is right here, guys. But anyway, let's take a look and get into this. So we got AEW Collision review results for Saturday, July 22nd, 2023. We got a trios title match. We got Bullet Club Gold in action. So tonight's AEW Collision for today, Saturday, July 22nd, 2023. This Collision episode comes to us live from the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Tonight's Collision episode will feature the AEW Trios Championships on the line. Champions, the House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, Buddy Matthews are defending the titles against the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass, Billy Gunn. Action Andretti will be teaming up with Darius Martin to take on Bullet Club Gold. It was last week when Bullet Club Gold's Switchblade Jay White and Rockhard Jizz Robinson had an impressive 2 out of 3 falls match against FTR. Speaking of FTR, we'll be hearing from the AEW World Tag Team Champions FTR tonight. The aftermath of last Saturday's Owen Hart Tournament Finals is set to be discussed. Due to the finish between Ricky Starks and CM Punk's match, Starks took a heel turn and cheated to win the tournament. Also during the show, Taya Valkyrie will be in action against Sky Blue. That's everything you guys need to know. So the show opens up with Tony Schiavone introducing Ricky Starks, who comes out with a lot of pyro effects. Schiavone tells Starks congratulations, but brings up the controversy of him holding the rope. Starks shows off his Louis Vuitton bag. Then he tells everyone that he's wearing Prada shoes. Ricky Starks cares more about people talking about his style than people talking about how he won. So we got Ricky Starks speaks and a main event match is set. Ricky Starks is no disrespect to Jushin Thunder Liger. He also doesn't want to be known as a pillar of the company anymore. CM Punk then comes out and says he's not mad at Ricky Starks and says he's kind of proud of Ricky Starks. Punk says he can't say that he never cheated in his life. And Punk makes fun of New Jersey, as Punk says that he can live with the L, but can Starks live with the win knowing that he can't beat CM Punk without cheating. So, Christian Cage and Luchasaurus, they come out. Luchasaurus is the TNT champion, but Christian wears the title, holds the title, everything. Christian says this promo's taken too long for his liking. As Christian says that we are the faces of TNT now and forever. Darby Allin now comes out and talks trash. He trash talks Christian Luchasaurus. Darby wants a tag match between him and Punk, teaming up to take on Christian and Ricky Starks. And it's made official. The tag team match is made official for the main event of the evening later tonight. And I'm like, ooh, they might be in for a good one here. So that's how that went. Great segment to open up the show. So now we got a segment shows Andrade El Idolo not being able to come inside of the building because management doesn't want him there to be there due to the upcoming AEW Trios title match. His management wants it to be a clean match. So Andrade couldn't get in the building tonight, but anyway. Bullet Club Gold, Switchblade Jay White, Rock Hard Juice Robinson take on Darius Martin and Action Andretti in a tag team match. So, Switchblade and Martin start off the match. White chops him twice, then tags in Rock Hard Juice Robinson. Drop kick from Martin, and Martin tags in Andretti as Andretti hits a springboard tornado to Rock Hard Juice Robinson. And then he drop kicks Rock Hard Juice Robinson. So, he tags him, Robinson tags him, Andretti springboard tornado, to Robinson. And then he drop kicks Rock Hard Juice Robinson, and then Martin does it with him. Rock Hard Juice Robinson tags in Switchblade, and Switchblade has Action Andretti in the corner. As he beats on him and then tags in Rock Hard Juice Robinson, who hits a stunner on the ropes as Switchblade throws Martin the barricade. All four members pose, the Guns, Rock Hard, Juice Robinson, and Switchblade Jay White. We go to commercial. We come back from the commercial break. Rock Hard, Juice Robinson tags in Switchblade. And Martin also gets tagged in, so he kicks Rock Hard, Juice Robinson, and big knees to Switchblade. He knocks both of them out and gets a 2 count on Switchblade. High crossbody to Switchblade, and Martin goes for a pin, but only gets a 2 count. As Andretti hits a shotgun drop kick to the German suplex for a 2 count. Rock Hard Juice Robinson traps the legs of Andretti and then tags himself in as he gets Andretti down, and Switchblade tags in, and Switchblade hits the left hand of God and the pendulum DDT and the Blade Runner for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win. Your winners are Bullet Club Gold, Switchblade Jay White, and Rock Hard Juice Robinson. So post-match, after the match, the Guns attack Andretti and Martin. The crowd boos, and Miro is up next. Great match there to start the show off. So we got Miro versus Nick Camarado. Haven't seen Nick Camarado in a while. The commentators talk about Willa Nightingale winning the Women's Owen Hart Tournament Cup as she won the match last week against Ruby Soho. And then Miro's music hits. Miro walks out, but on his way to the ring, he gets ambushed by Nick Camarado as the bell finally rings, and for a little bit, Camarado gets the best of Miro. Miro finally gets back on his feet and starts giving some offense as Miro hits a monster kick, and he gets Nick Camarado to tap out to the game over camel clutch submission hold. Overall, it was a fast-paced match, but your winner quickly is Miro via submission. A great match there. It did what it needed to do. Can't fault him for that. A segment airs about the legacy of the AEW World Tag Team Champions FTR, as the announcers say that they will hear from FTR later on tonight. The House of Black's music hits, and it's time for the Trios title match. And we go to a commercial break, and after the commercial break, when we come back, the House of Black is in the ring, the Trios champions, so we got the AEW Trios title match. We got the House of Black against the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass. So, House of Black is Malachi Black, Brody King, Buddy Matthews. The Acclaimed is Platinum Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, and Daddy Ass Billy Gunn. So we can come back from the commercial break, and the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass are coming out to the ring. While Max Caster was rapping, Matthews Black and Brody attack them. The bell rings, and it's Matthews in the ring with Max Caster. Matthews tags in Black as he hits Caster in the face, and Black goes for a pin. gets a 1 count. Black looks for another cover and gets a 2 count. King gets tagged in and chops Caster. We get an elbow and another chop in the corner to Caster's. Caster gets a big boot and tries to tag in Bowens. Matthews smacks him, but he falls down too as King runs in the ring but gets thrown out with a sidekick. Daddy Ass, who was attacked, is up and back now. Caster tries to tag him, and as Matthews tags in Black, and Caster tags in Daddy Ass as he gets some offense in until King hit a lariat, and as Daddy Ass got back up, Malachi Black hits the Black Mass to Daddy Ass for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win. Your winners and still the AEW World Trios Champions, because this is the House of Black defending their Trios Championships in this match, but winners and still the AEW World Trios Champions is the House of Black. Now, post-match, this is when shit really went down. Malachi Black whispered something to Daddy Ass, and Buddy Matthews patted him on the back. Daddy Ass is untying his boots. He's upset that he got pinned, and the crowd yells, "You still got it." It looks like Daddy Ass is retiring because he left his boots in the ring, and he didn't wait for the Acclaimed or talk to them. Bowens grabbed, Billy's boots, and they are visibly upset. So, I mean, this was a big deal here, and this is going on. This really was a big deal. And the reason why I'm starting to think to myself, could this be a storyline, is just because of how, Malachi Black whispers something to Billy Gunn. And then Matthews patted him on the back, so it makes you think, like, yeah, the House of Black is getting to him. Or, you could also look at it on this side of the spectrum. Did the House of Black know that Billy Gunn is retiring, and they were just giving him, like, final props, like, hey, good match, thanks for letting me share the ring with you, that kind of deal. But I'm kind of thinking this might end up getting turned into a storyline here. I wouldn't be surprised if it did, So we'll just have to see where this is going to go. But I do have a story that goes along with this, which I'm going to get into with you guys right now. And it looks like this. Billy Gunn leaves his boots in the ring following AEW Collision loss to the House of Black. The 6th ever episode of AEW Collision appeared to feature a very significant development in the career of veteran and WWE Hall of Famer Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn, teaming with the Acclaimed, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, faced off against the House of Black in a match for the All Elite Wrestling Trios Championships. The two teams, or trios, wrestled a relatively short match that ended when Billy Gunn was hit with the Black Mass by Malachi Black, who then covered Billy for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win and the victory. Following the loss, a visibly disappointed Billy Gunn proceeded to take off his wrestling boots, and he placed his boots in the middle of the ring and left the ring while both of his tag team partners, Caster and Bowens, watched on from, the outside of the squared circle. Billy Gunn then simply walked past both members of the Acclaim, both his partners who attempted to get his attention, as he walked back to the dressing room. Now, of course, leaving his boots in the ring in this manner would imply that Billy Gunn has possibly decided to call it a career. Billy Gunn first rose to fame as a member of the WWF's Smoking Guns, teaming with Bart Gunn. The duo captured 3 WWF World Tag Team Championships in 1995 and 1996. From there, Gunn was briefly managed by the Honky Tonk Man before forming the New Age Outlaws with the Road Dogg, Jesse James, and reaching the peak of his career with D-Generation X as the New Age Outlaws. Billy Gunn and the Road Dogg would capture 7 WWF World Tag Team titles in 1999. Gunn won the WWF's King of the Ring tournament. Gunn's first match with AEW was at the 2019 Double or Nothing event. From there, he briefly aligned himself with his sons Austin and Colton before joining the Acclaimed. Whether or not Billy Gunn has wrestled his last match, it is very likely that we will learn more about this development in the coming weeks on AEW television, well, of course. But yeah, that's what happened with this whole segment, guys. It's pretty crazy, huh? It just makes you think. It really does. Let's see. FTR speaks. Let's see what they have to say. Highlights from Royal Rampage airs. Tony Schiavone is in the ring and announces FTR to the ring. The crowd chants FTR. Schiavone talks about last week's tag team title match and next week's match where they will be defending the titles against MJF and Adam Cole. Cash Wheeler asks how the crowd is doing tonight, as he names people who have unfinished business, and he's not impressed with facing MJF and Adam Cole. Wheeler says he doesn't trust MJF, and Adam Cole should not trust him either. He brings up their time together in the Pinnacle and says that they will not do the titles last week. Dax Harwood's on the microphone now and talks about his teenage years. And how he wanted to get revenge on snobby kids that made fun of him for having to get a job. He thinks that Adam Cole and MJF take it as a joke. He doesn't like their comedy skits and the dance break that happened during this past episode of AEW Dynamite, saying next week in Hartford, Connecticut, there will be no dance breaks or comedy. So FTR is taking things very seriously. They are taking this in a very serious manner. Are they going to be met with the same seriousness from Adam Cole and MJF? Or are Adam Cole and MJF going to continue to just, go on and have a good time and have fun and not really give a crap about what FTR says or thinks? We'll see. Anyway, going forward here, Sky Blue versus Ty Valkyrie in a women's action. Go to commercial, come back from the commercial break. We get highlights of the Blood and Guts match that aired this past week, Wednesday on AEW Dynamite. So Sky Blue comes out to the ring for a match against Ty Valkyrie. The bell rings and Ty Valkyrie pushes Sky Blue down. Ty Valkyrie has Sky Blue in the ring and kicks her in the midsection. Sky Blue turns the tables and punches Ty Valkyrie as Sky Blue tries to clothesline her, but it doesn't happen. The crowd chants for Sky Blue. Sky Blue is out of the ring. Ty Valkyrie kicks her as she throws her back in the ring, and the two go back and forth. Sky Blue kicks out of the Road to Valhalla, which is pretty impressive, and it cuts to a commercial break. And then we come back from the commercial break, and they both clothesline each other. Ty Valkyrie and Sky Blue both try to get up. They go back and forth with hits. Sky Blue hits a drop kick. Sky Blue's on the top rope. She hits a crossbody, but only gets a 2 count. Sky Blue is now picking up the pace. She's caught, though, in the ropes and slams her on the apron. Sky Blue does a side kick, but Ty Valkyrie hits a lariat as she gets the 3 count after she hits her Road to Valhalla finisher. So your winner with the 1, 2, 3 and the pin and the win is Ty Valkyrie over Sky Blue. And post-match, after the match, Ty Valkyrie's on the microphone and makes fun of the crowd. She brings up Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and makes fun of her for beating an enhancement talent, as Ty Valkyrie wants a match with Britt Baker Wednesday night on Dynamite for the first time ever. After that, we got highlights of Death Before Dishonor. Those highlights air. And yeah. Here's more to the story of Ty Valkyrie and Britt Baker. Ty Valkyrie challenges Britt Baker to a match on upcoming episode of AEW Dynamite. Ty Valkyrie squared off against Sky Blue in only the 6th ever episode of AEW Collision. After close to 10 minutes of action, Ty Valkyrie scored the victory. Following the victory, Ty Valkyrie picked up the microphone to address the crowd and the viewers watching on television. After first taking the time to briefly address, the local New Jersey audience, Ty Valkyrie then proceeded to draw a parallel to herself and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Ty Valkyrie pointed out that she defeated Sky Blue, while Britt Baker was a recent winner over enhancement talent. So Ty Valkyrie then made it clear that she wanted to face Britt Baker on a future episode of AEW Dynamite, which, future episode meaning next week on AEW Dynamite. So, on the heels of these statements, All Elite Wrestling announced that Ty Valkyrie and Britt Baker would meet on the July 26th edition of AEW Dynamite, as the two have never faced each other in one-on-one competition. Ty Valkyrie has had a 12-year career and joined All Elite Wrestling earlier this year. During the course of her career, she has wrestled for a variety of promotions, including WWE, Impact Wrestling, and AAA. Britt Baker began wrestling in 2015 and is in the midst of perhaps the most successful run of her career, as she captured the AEW Women's World Championship on May 30th, 2021, and held the title until March 16th, 2022. During that time, she was aligned with Rebel and JB Hayter. So, other singles matches announced for the July 26, 2023 episode of AEW Dynamite include Orange Cassidy defending the AEW International Championship against AR Fox, Pac versus Gravity, and Darby Allin squaring off against Swerve Strickland. Along with those matches will be a 3-way tag team match pitting Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli versus the Lucha Brothers and the Best Friends. So, there you go. That is everything you need to know, guys. Every single thing that you guys need to know. See, I'm keeping on top of everything. You guys can't say I don't, because I do. Alright. So let's see here. Are you guys ready for this? Because I sure am. It is now time for the main event of the evening for AEW Collision, folks. And we got ourselves a good old-fashioned tag team main event. This is a great match. We got Darby Allin and CM Punk teaming up to take on the team of Christian Cage and Absolute Ricky Starks. It is main event time. Starks and Christian argue about who's going first to start the match off. let's see, yeah, who's going to first start the match off? But, Starks relents. It is Punk and Starks in the ring. Punk quickly tries to roll up for the win again, but is unsuccessful. Starks tags in Christian. Punk flips him in the ring. Christian's in the corner, and Punk hit him like 8 times. Yeah, Punk hits him 8 times. Darby Allin gets tagged in, but he quickly tags back in Punk, and they do it again, and Punk is in the ring. So many tags. Darby is back in the ring, and he hits a wrist lock. Darby gets a 2 count on Christian. Christian has him in a side headlock, but Punk tags in, and he mocks Starks and does his poses. Starks doesn't want to be tagged in anything. But Starks is now in the ring. Punk suplexes Starks and goes for the pin, getting a 2 count. Darby's in the ring, and they do a double clothesline on Christian and Starks. So, they are now outside of the ring except for Darby Allin, who hits a coffin drop on Ricky Starks, and, Christian Cage. Now we got commercial break time. So, we go to commercial, we come back for the commercial break. Christian Cage is in control. Ricky Starks is the legal man. He chops Punk. Punk once again goes for a roll-up and gets a 2 count as Starks does an arm twist rope walk. Chop to Punk. Darby is the legal man as he tries to drive on Luchasaurus, but he just shrugs it off. And Starks is not getting the upper hand after that, and Christian throwing him through the table. And, Starks hits Snake Eyes. And after Starks hits Snake Eyes, it cuts to commercial break. So now here we are where Ricky Starks does it again, guys. Because we go to commercial, we come back from the commercial break. Darby Allin is trying to fight back. He crawls to Punk for a tag. And, but Starks tries to throw him off the stairs. And Punk chases Starks. Brian Cage tags in. Or, not Brian Cage, sorry, Christian Cage tags in. He tags in Ricky Starks. CM Punk fights with the referee. Darby Allin's down. Punk is finally in. Everyone's down. Punk does the running bulldog on both of them, and he clotheslines Christian. He's on the top rope, body slams him, but Christian turns it around and tries to, get the win his way. But instead, it's a 2 count. Christian is now on the top rope, but Punk hits a back body drop on him and a lateral press. Starks gets tagged in and they exchange shots as Starks falls down and goes to the corner, but Christian is not there. Christian is not there. Starks hits the Rochambeau, but Darby kicks out of it. Darby then hits a reverse DDT from the top, but Christian breaks the pin up as Punk and Christian are on the outside of the ring. Punk hits the GTS, they go to sleep, he's out, but Luchasaurus helps Ricky Starks. Starks decides to cheat again, and he holds the ropes. And pins Darby for the 1, 2, 3. And the pin and the win. Your winners are Christian Cage and Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks did it again by grabbing the ropes. Starks decided to cheat again. Because, after the GTS, he's out, but Luchasaurus helps Starks. Starks decides to cheat again, and he holds the ropes and pins Darby. It's like, wow. crazy stuff, guys. And that's how AEW Collision goes off the air. But what a great episode. And what a great main event tag team match. I mean, I enjoyed it. Real quickly, guys, Andrade El Idolo versus Buddy Matthews in a ladder match for Andrade's mask is announced on AEW Collision. A huge match was announced during this week's episode of AEW Collision. House of Black's Buddy Matthews versus Andrade El Idolo in a ladder match as the winner gets Andrade El Idolo's mask. It was Julia Hart who stole the mask for the House of Black. Now, ever since El Idolo has been trying to get it back and is being taunted by the leader of the House of Black, Malachi Black. You know, the last time that Andrade faced Matthews was on the debut episode of Collision, and in which he won the match. In the second episode of Collision, Andrade defeated another House of Black member, Brody King. During Saturday's episode, Andrade El Idolo found himself barred from Collision, so the Trios Championship match would run smoothly. Buddy Matthews, Brody King, and Malachi Black were successful this week in defending the AEW World Trios titles against the acclaimed daddy-ass Billy Gunn. And they have been at the AEW Trios Champions since March 5th, when they defeated the Elite, Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson. So, there you go there. It's everything you need to know. That's up-to-the-date news. So let me see. That was how AEW Collision went off the air too, by the way. So, there you go. Alright, but now, I think you guys know what it's time for. AEW Collision, Saturday, July 22nd, 2023. The 3 things we hated and 3 things we love. So, this is Wrestling Inc.'s take of what happened on AEW Collision. So, people continue to insist it's notably distinct from AEW Dynamite. We're coming off the finals of the Women's Owen Hart Foundation tournament. The finals of the Men's Owen Hart Foundation tournament. And also possibly the best match in company history. Top 5 at least, no big deal. This week we promised a Trios Championship match between the reigning Trios Champions, the House of Black, and another team. In no way affiliated with the person the reigning champions are feuding with. Let's see. Let's see, as well as some kind of explanation of Ricky Stark's an acceptable heel turn. Alright, so it says, let's take a look. So the first thing they hated, did Teddy Long book this? This was, I guess, the first thing. We've been hearing a lot of talk recently about how AEW Dynamite feels more like the company's sports entertainment show, while Collision has the feel of a wrestling show. Personally, we find this an entirely nonsensical concept, since sports entertainment is just a phase Vince McMahon invented because he's ashamed of being a wrestling promoter. But leaving that aside, we found it objectively hilarious that this week's Collision, he opened up a beer. And, let's see. Collision opened up with a classic, and just the funniest thing ever, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, both the promo parade and the ensuing match, CM Punk versus Darby Allin, or CM Punk and Darby Allin versus Ricky Starks and Christian Cage, continued the trend of everything involving Punk being fine, but that's about it. None of the performers did anything wrong, either in the ring or on the mic. It's just that the recent booking decisions really made it difficult for the entire narrative here to be successful. Starks did his best to cut a heel promo, emphasizing that his money and elitist taste in tried and true fashion, but the crowd, wasn't really having it. They clearly wanted to cheer him. And they damn sure wanted to boo Punk when he came out. It's almost like Punk should have turned heel and Stark should have stayed babyface. Just a thought. We also have a hard time getting excited for Darby Allin's latest TNT title feud, considering how many times he's already won that title. The most interesting part of this entire thing continues to be Christian Cage and his blatant insistence on referring to himself as AEW TNT champion, and that insistence getting him locked into the tag team match, which he didn't necessarily want to be involved in, was the best thing that the main event ever had going for it from a storyline perspective. Also, his line about how people shouldn't walk around wearing titles they didn't actually win was possibly one of the greatest one-liners in AEW history. But, in the end, after a solid but unmemorable match, Ricky Starks pinned Darby Allin after once again grabbing the second rope. Swell, almost 5 months after he pinned Chris Jericho clean at Revolution, as a white-hot babyface, Ricky Starks is now a cheating heel who brags about his Louis Vuitton. Great job, everyone. AEW out here is making stars. Which they could have easily made Ricky Starks a huge star. Telling you. So that's what they hated, not what they loved. Guns up. Let's see, it says, even after their absolutely incredible match, and believe me when I say this, it was an absolutely incredible match, no doubt. No doubt, guys. It was amazing. But even after their absolutely incredible match with FTR last week, it seems weird to have Switchblade Jay White and Rock Hard Juice Robinson continue working as a tag team after they inducted former AEW World Tag Team Champions let's see, they included former AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Gunns, into the Bullet Club. That have been said, what are we going to do? Complain about it? So, Switchblade Jay White and Rock Hard Juice Robinson continued their improbable run of tag team success this week, defeating Action Andretti and Darius Martin. Andretti is a suitably fun top-flight replacement, and the requisite high-flying hijinks were performed. But ultimately this is about the Bang Bang Gang establishing dominance. We particularly enjoyed the finish where Rock Hardest Robinson, probably could have gotten the pin after a pair of devastating moves, but tagged out to Switchblade Jay White, who delivered the Blade Runner just for the hell of it. So, also, unlike last week, the Guns were having fun and talked trash talks at ringside, which proved to be an entertaining part of the act. So even on a day where, potentially their dad could walk away from the wrestling business and actually retire, I don't know. I don't even know if they know what to think here. To be honest, I really don't know if they even know, but almost there. Almost there, guys. Whew. Don't know how I'm making it through this, but we're doing it. Trash talking ringside, which proved to be an entertaining part of the act. Delivered a Blade Runner. Yeah, this is far from a unique observation. Plus 6 episodes in, Bullet Club Gold are indisputably the early stars of Collision. And despite our confusion surrounding a stable composed of 2 tag teams, we love that last week wasn't the end of Switchblade Jay White and Rock Hardest Robinson, and their performance in a legitimate Match of the Year candidate was legitimized when, a subsequent dominant win. So, that was one thing that they loved, guns up. So, let's see, what did they hate? What did they hate here? Here's one thing they hated. The F in FTR doesn't stand for fun. As for the other participants in the aforementioned Match of the Year candidate, oof. It's theoretically possible that FTR has already figured out, they are the heels in any match against MJF and Adam Cole. They're the heels in any match against MJF and Adam Cole. But they certainly admitted their opponents are popular. But this in-ring promo sounded more like the opposite of Ricky Stark's attempt from earlier in the evening. They want to be baby faces, but we're not having it. So how can you purport, to be a baby face when you try to turn Adam Cole against his best friend MJF? How can you expect anyone to cheer for you when you came out against Comedy? Yeah, when you came out against Comedy. But anyway, let's see. Against best friend MJF, let's see. How can you expect anyone to cheer for you when you come out against Comedy segments and in-ring dance-offs? In-ring dance-offs. Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler are phenomenal tag team wrestlers, and we can't praise their ring work highly enough. But their babyface personalities are boring and zero fun, and they just come across like people who take this too seriously. This has been the case basically since they turned But it took a team like MJF and Adam Cole to make us all realize it. And it says we really, really need these two sticks in the mud to lose the tag team titles next week. We don't think that's the reaction they're going for, that they were going for, but that's what we need. So, they didn't really like FTR. That the F and FTR doesn't even stand for fun. So, if the F and FTR doesn't stand for fun, then, I guess they're just boring. I guess they're just really freaking boring. And they're trying to say that nobody cares about them when really FTR is one of the best, tag teams ever out there. So I don't really agree with that whole take at all. But I'm just reading to you, how other, people and websites, how they're feeling about the show. So, that's what you're basically getting out of here. So one thing they loved was come play with me. Is what Ty Valkyrie said, of course. So, for the first time, it says here, in the history of the column, we have basically no complaints about the AEW women's division. Beyond there should be more of it. This week's collision match may be between Ty Valkyrie and Sky Blue. But, this week's collision match between Ty Valkyrie and Sky Blue slapped. No. And it says there are still no stories for women on AEW programming, but the difference in size and style between Sky Blue and Ty Valkyrie was basically all the story we need to make a compelling match. What's more is the right person went over as Ty Valkyrie scored a challenging but decisive win. We love Sky Blue and think she has an awesome future ahead of her, but right now you're misusing Taya. If you're having her constantly putting over the up-and-comers, hey, that should be her job. Ty Valkyrie sucks. At least she could do something and help build the up-and-comers, but that's about it. Despite the fact that we've lost count of how many championship matches she's lost at this point, she still could and should be a major force in the division. And she looked like it on Saturday night. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and assume that the Outcast versus the Originals is dead. But, for me it's not. But it says it's dead as a storyline. At least until Tony Khan decides to randomly jump into it again when Jamie Hayter comes back. Frankly, we hope he doesn't, but it's kind of like the mythical Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland match. It's been so long at this point and been treated with such overall disinterest that we can't even imagine caring about it down the road. And better at this point to just let it die and move on to other things, and you can do a lot worse than having La Guerra Loca challenge Britt Baker to a match on Dynamite. Hopefully they get more than a minute. I would actually hope that's all they get, because I could care less. I mean, really, I could care less about anything. It happened. That was it. It was done. But anyway, So let's see, what else do we got now? What else do we got? One thing they loved. Has Daddy Ass scissored his last, throwing a Trios Championship match between the House of Black and the Acclaimed onto a random episode of Collision, while House of Black are in the middle of a feud with Andrade. It was a truly bizarre choice, but we loved pretty much everything about the match, from Buddy Matthews interrupting Max Caster's rap with a flying knee to Malachi Black whispering "retire, bitch" to Billy's ear. So the two teams are well balanced in a weird way, with Billy Gunn and Brody King providing their respective teams a larger size and more muscle in comparison to their partners. Comparatively leaner builds, and the result is there's pretty much always one combination in the ring. As we also thought Malachi Black was absolutely on point Sunday night. It was absolutely on point Saturday night. His strikes looked absolutely beautiful in his body language while talking to Billy Gunn on the mat. After the match was everything it should have been. Let's see. Strikes look beautiful. Let's see, after the match was everything creepy, but also differential, delivering painful truth. Didn't want to say it out loud, but that was duty bound. Let's see. Yeah, his strikes look absolutely beautiful. His body language taking it again to the mat, which was everything it should have been, creepy, but also differential, as though Black was delivering a painful truth that he didn't want to say out loud, but he was duty to pass it along. But it says we're not convinced that Billy Gunn's actually hanging up the boots, considering the House Black's past history and any number of things could be going on. But if he's had an amazing career that any wrestler should be proud of. Farewell, scissor me, daddy ass catchphrase. We shall not see. Well, hopefully we'll see it again. But here's the last thing they hated: in the dark. So what do they got to say here? In the dark. Let's see. As much as we enjoyed the Trios title match last week, we have to ask one question regarding the House of Black Andrade feud, and that question is, who the fuck is booking this shit, and what drugs are they on? This is Wrestling Inc.'s take, not mine. Seriously, what is going on here? House of Black steals Andrade's mask. He spent like a week or 2 or 3 weeks, being mad about it with them, while Malik had teased a deeper level of the feud. With his "I am trying to free you from the shackles or past or whatever" speech. Last week, Black and King had a match against some jobbers, and at some point, Andrade approached the ring trying to attack them, but was stopped by security as a result of the, these heinous actions that the wrestlers, perform all the time on every wrestling show. Andrade isn't allowed in the building this week. So, he can't interfere in the Trios match. And then after the Trios match, he's getting to his last match. Let's see. Can't interfere in the Trios match. Then after the Trios match, before the end of the show. Yeah, AEW announced that there will be a ladder match for the match next week between Andrade and Buddy Matthews at the House of Black band from ringside. What? So Andrade's been mad about this whole mask thing for a couple weeks. Both parties have been almost entirely kept apart during that time. There have been no backstage confrontations, no in-ring confrontations, no further promo segments, no further matches, no further interfering in each other's matches. No, nothing. Nope. We're apparently going straight from "sorry, sir" to we can't in good conscience allow you to interfere in a match for our 6th most important championship let's see, most important championship. To, good conscience to allow us in a match for the 6th most important championship to a ladder match. Again, against the least most important member of the House of Black, who Andrade already beat clean on the first episode of the show. How did this come about? Did Malachi agree to this? I don't know. And they, let's see, are they actually just dragging this out? Because when they started, they thought they would be re-signing Roosh, and now they're not sure. Because we sure as hell figured Andrade would have a couple of partners signing right now. Anyway, this feud has gone completely off the rails, and as such, it's just no longer compelling at all. It is a shame considering how it all started. It's a shame considering how it all started, but that's what bad booking does to you. They're putting this ladder match on the same card as MJF and Adam Cole versus FTR for the tag titles, and that should tell you all you need to know. You get that much investment from, something, you get as much investment from something as you put into. So Tony Khan better, just keep improving, doing good. I'll still be here watching AEW television. It's the best. But anyway, guys, that's it. As far as my rating goes for AEW Collision tonight, for Saturday, July 22nd, 2023, my rating for AEW Collision definitely gets a 10 out of 10 plus. Right there in the 2 thumbs up of the Big T seal of approval. Awesome show tonight. Is Daddy Ass Billy Gunn retiring from professional wrestling? I don't think so, but you never know. And, so on that note, guys, that is going to do it for me right here on this episode of Beyond the Ring with Big T right here today. So I will see you guys next time, and yes, there will be a next time for me right here on Beyond the Ring with Big T. That will be for your WWE Monday Night Raw coverage on Monday. And then when I can get to AEW Rampage, I will, whether that be on Monday or even Wednesday before Dynamite. I don't know, but I'll figure something out for that. But the next time I'll see you is Monday for your Monday Night Raw coverage. And don't forget us and we won't forget you. And of course, if you want the best, and yes, I do mean the absolute best, for all of your professional wrestling needs and everything, right here on the internet and right here on YouTube.com today, always remember to think Beyond the Ring with Big T. And then everybody, you guys know how it is. Thank you very much for watching and listening to your AEW Collision review and results show here for today's Saturday, July 22nd, 2023. And then we'll see what Collision has in store next week. It's going to be a big show. Tag titles on the line. FTR defending against MJF and Adam Cole in the main event. And then Andrade El Idolo, Buddy Matthews in a ladder match for Andrade's mask. I mean, we got a big show on Collision next week. So I can't wait to be here next week to sit down with you and talk about this great show. Because it's on the Collision and very well might be the best wrestling show of the entire week. Not even joking there, guys, but thank you very much for watching and listening to your AEW Collision review results show for today, Saturday, July 22nd, 2023. And then, of course, everybody, as always remember and never ever forget that I'm your host, Big T, and that I'll see all of you at the matches, and I'll see all of you for your WWE Monday Night Raw coverage on Monday night. Thank you, AEW and Tony Khan, for a great episode of AEW Collision tonight. Keep up the good work. And take care, everybody. I love you all. And, of course, good night, everybody. Ha, 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 ha.
This is M-Dog 20, Matt Cross. We're in Cleveland, Ohio, and you were checking out Beyond the Ring with my man, Big T. Thank you, man. Big T.
Hello, this is EC3 of TNA Wrestling, and you are so very fortunate because you are watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
This is the bad boy Joey Janela, and you're watching Beyond the Ring. AEW.